Good afternoon. Honorable IAICT2022 Conference Committee and participants, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Fatarani Wafda. I am master student from Kumamoto University, Japan. Today, I would like to present our study entitled Systematic Literature Review on Process Mining in Learning Management System. As the authors, we also have Professor Usagawa from Kumamoto University and Dr. Mahendrawati from Institut Teknologi 10 November, Surabaya. This is our contents, and I'd like to start from the introduction. So, Learning Management System, or LMS, is system used for e-learning environment. This is the example of LMS called Edmodo. Here, teacher can upload the course content, student can access the content, and we can conduct other activity related with learning. LMS can record the usage activity in form of event log like this. There are timestamp, username, the activity conducted, and other information like component they are accessing. And using method called process mining, we can model and analyze event logs recorded here. So what is process mining? Using method called process mining, we can find a model from the event logs. This is the example of model we are talking about. There are sequence of activity and also how many certain activity order is conducted. And process mining implemented in educational dataset is educational process mining. There are several reasons why process mining is implemented in LMS. We can see from the three process mining types. The first one is the discovery. This is to map and model the learning process. And using this, we can also do the conformance checking to compare the real process and the learning design. And we can also improve the learning design based on the conformance checking we have done. This is called improvement. Previous study has discussed the use of PM in LMS users dataset and essential issues for the future. Our research is motivated by the fact that there is no literature reviews consider the process mining application in the learning process design. So that's why this study proposes to present the state of the art of PM in LMS related to the deviation between learning design and actual design. To achieve this, we have two research questions. The first one is, what are the research characteristics that apply PM technique to LMS? And the second is, what aspects of LMS learning are heavily related to the deviation between learning design and actual execution found by process mining? Regarding the methodology, we start with defining the research question, and then we search the literatures. We search based on keywords and journal databases we defined. We also define the inclusion and exclusion criteria, and then we filter out the results. As the criteria, we including literatures that using English, published in period of 2017 until 2021, and also mentioning keywords in the abstract and derived from the databases we already defined. And we exclude literatures that only mentioning keyword as an example and not discussing the keywords further. And also we exclude another literature besides journal article. So here we have results 52 articles, and then we conduct the quality assessment. We ensure there is a discussion on the use of PM technique in LMS, and PM is not only part of the reference but also discussed further as part of experiment. And finally, we get 20 of total articles that we synthesize in this study. In order to synthesize, we first make a codification scheme which consists of information we want to gather and what we have to do in order to get the information. Then we make a codification which consists of information we get to make the synthesis. This is the overview of articles we reviewed. The most articles is published in 2018 and the most articles is from Emerald Journal Database. And the most writer association place is from Australia. The next is results. The most popular process mining tools is Disco tools, which 8 articles using Disco to model the process. And regarding the process mining type, there are articles that just doing the discovery and there are articles that doing the conformance checking. The discovery type articles was successfully in evaluating the learning strategy implementation, predicting performance based on student behavior, class material and activity preparation, and comparing the students' behavior. Meanwhile, the conformance checking type has succeeded in analyzing student retention factors and making performance prediction based on student behavior and also comparing student behavior. The next is discussion. So there are 6 kinds of research objective we gather. The first one is there are 6 articles conducting the literature review. Those literature review found out that the use of techniques, tools, and algorithms play an important role in improving the learning process. Educators and related institutions must support a data-driven culture for making instructional decisions. In order to support research in this field, there should be more freely available educational data mining supporting tools that are easier to use by more population. And there are also evidence that PM techniques can be used to determine the current form of the process, number of activities that occur, activities process model, resources involved, and duration of a case running. And also, not only from LMS, we can also get the EPM dataset from the massive open online courses, intelligent tutoring systems, and adaptive hypermedia systems. Other popular research objectives are comparison students' behavior, performance prediction, and learning strategy evaluation. So these are behavior that identified in comparison of student behavior. The first one shows that PM technique can model the student subject taking path. Second is about self-regulated learning, which shows that students with better performance have more optimal learning management system navigation behavior. The next is identifying collaboration with using IP address to track the collaboration. There also evidence that there is a tendency for similar behavior in groups with the same predicate. And the last behavior is the study that modeled the student quiz-taking behavior. The next is performance prediction based on student behavior. So here the study is finding correlation between the frequency of student activities and the sequence of activities. Turns out that they found out that students with higher scores has higher activity frequency and less activity were skipped. And the last one is about learning strategy evaluation. So here there are studies that evaluating self-regulated learning. We can conclude that the most important thing is instructional design and time management. The instructional design is very important since students who follow the instructional design have higher knowledge, and the instruction also may maintain the learning interaction duration and also impact positively on the students' interests in subjects. And of course, time management. Students with certain time management tactics were significantly related to their academic performance. So, as the conclusion, this paper succeeded in achieving its aims to present the use of PM in learning management system related to the deviation between learning design and actual execution. As the answer for first research question about what are the research characteristics that applies PM techniques to LMS, for the PM type, the most commonly used type is discovery type, and the dominating tools is DISCO. And the second research question, what aspects of LMS learning that are heavily related to the deviation between learning design and actual execution found by process mining? The most related aspect is students' behavior, and we found there are 3 perspectives in approaching student behavior. The first one is comparison of student behavior, and the second is performance prediction based on student behavior, and also learning strategy evaluation. As the limitation and future work, the structured literature study has not highlighted the limitation of any research work that has been done. So future work may discuss the future trend of research in this field by highlighting those limitations. Thank you. That's all for my presentation.